guys, it's Claris, and I am so thrilled to announce this new series over here on YouTube based off my book, Paint 50 Watercolor Nature. So this book is geared towards beginners and also seasoned artists, and the whole point of this book is to show you how to paint 50 elements while also showing you how to get started with watercolor and going over all the basic techniques of watercolor so you can better acquaint yourself and grow in your journey. But then also taking time for you to sit down and flip through the book, pick one item that you want to paint, sit down, spend 15 minutes, maybe even less, maybe more, depending on how much time you have, and just go with the flow. So I hope you're as excited for this book as I am. Feel free to order it online. It is available online over Amazon and a couple of other online stores as well. I've listed all of that in the description of this video, so check it out. And now let's get started with our tutorial. Hi guys, so in this video we are going to be exploring Paint 50 Watercolor Nature, my book where I show you how to paint 50 different elements. And in this video we are going to be learning how to do and follow step by step to paint a ranunculus. All right, so the first step is using a size 4 brush, mix lime green in a 50-50 ratio and paint 2 C-strokes facing each other. So I'm going to be taking my number 3, because you can use number 3 or number 4 or anything small enough to get these tiny details. I'm going to get that color mixed up here on the side, and we need like a nice light green for the center. So that's why I'm using this color right here, which is leaf green. And then once I have that mixed, we are then making sure that we have a nice fine pointed tip. And we're going to do 1 C-stroke and then another one, making sure we've got lots of white space there. Now, once this is done, you can add a little bit more color there. You need to then dip the tip of your brush in water, and we're going to continue to create more C-strokes around these ones here. And the idea of adding water to your brush is so you get lighter as you continue to create more of these strokes around it. Also notice there's white space in between. You need that. This is what gives it that loose effect, okay? So that's step number 2, dipping in water and creating more. And then step number 3 is avoid getting more color on your brush than building on the layers, which I've already mentioned. We're then going to get a little bit of our olive green because it's a darker color. And while this is still damp, I'm going to drop this in right in the center here. And I want that dark to light effect happening for my green center. So feel free, and this is why the mixture of olive green should be a little bit darker than our 50-50, just so it stands out like this. Now, once this is done, we're going to get some of the rose red. So we're mixing rose red in a 30-70 ratio. I'm going to mix that in here. That's close enough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the number 6 brush. Feel free to use the number 3 if you just want to try it on a more controlled manner. Number 6 is a thicker, fuller brush, so you're going to get bigger results. And we're creating more strokes like this. Now, it's ideal if you create these strokes when your green is still damp, so you get a little bit of green blending in. But if it's like this, how I have mine happening right now, where it has dried up, that's okay. And we're just using the tip of this brush, dipping in water every time so we get lighter strokes or color coverage. And we're doing light little C strokes all around. And because the ranunculus has so many folds of petals, we are trying to get loosely as many little lines in there as possible, while also controlling the size of this flower. If this was a rose, we'd be really pressing down to get thicker strokes happening. But this is a ranunculus and we need to get those tinier strokes, and so this is what's going on here. Okay, now make sure you've got lots of white space in between. And then we're going to get the number 3 and get some of our rose red directly from here. Now, another thing I mentioned in the book is if you mix a little bit of the rose red with your olive green, you'll get a darker version of the rose red, in which case you can do what I'm doing over here. So we're adding depth, loose depth to our petals, and I'm mainly adding it to the base. And notice how it's giving me a soft bloom. And that's mainly because this is wet on wet or wet on damp, depending on how the intensity of the dampness. Okay, now if I mixed it in with a little bit of that green, you'll see I'll get a darker tone. Because what I like to do is have 3 different variations, so you can absolutely go in one more time with a darker color. And so obviously, as you can see me mixing, I got to mix a couple of different colors, well, the 2 colors, amounts of the 2 colors to get the color I like. So take your time with that, but not too long, because again, I want to go back in and drop this in while these areas are damp, because that gives me a beautiful blend like this. Don't really need for it to be at the top. I think if I took the darker pink at the top, that would suffice. And now we have a ranunculus. Now, I did that 1 stroke at the top. So what I'm going to do is just get more of this color, and I'm going to sort of blend that out so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. And then last but not least, this is just a tip for anyone who's brand new, or even if you're not. You see these little blends, if they're not blending out as great, just take a damp, clean damp brush and just kind of smoothen out how the color is transitioning on here. One more thing I will add, because in loose watercolor fashion, if you get a muted version of the pink, you can add fluffing, what I like to call fluffing. So we're just going to add very loose, light strokes happening around the flower. And this is just to kind of show lighter stems, sorry, not stems, petals around. And you can even kind of blend it out into the background if you want. I just like the romantic feel, and this is the part where it takes away your straight edges, and so you're getting more of that nice bloomy effect, which I think is very, very pretty in watercolor. And so I like to kind of add some of that. You can even drop in some of that pink at the edges if you want like a nice darker tone. There's a lot of options, but the book pretty much shows you a very basic understanding of how to get this flower. And all these additional things I'm showing you are just additional tips and tricks that you can use to make this something that you would like. So once again, this is the Ranunculus from my book of Paint 50 Watercolor Nature. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you thought.